Good evening. For the second year in a row, we have an outstanding turnout. I do apologize. I realized that we had run out of programs, so I went and made a bunch, and I put it back out there. That's where I was when I disappeared for a few minutes at about the 6:25 mark. So I did put a few more out on the table, so feel free to go grab some. But again, when you make 200 plus programs and you run out, that's a good problem to have. So happy to see everybody. And welcome to the 21-22 Fleetwood Area High School Athletic Awards Program. On behalf of myself and our coaches, I would like to take this opportunity to thank a number of people that, again, help run the athletic programs here at Fleetwood Area High School. If you could just please hold all applause until the end. Start off with the new athletic secretary this year, Nicole France. She's been a great addition. Our high school office secretaries, our guidance office, our administration, Superintendent Dr. Miller, our new assistant superintendent, Dr. Kelly, principal, Mr. Herman, and assistant principal, Mr. Salpino. I'd like to pass on a congratulations to Mr. Salpino on his retirement. You will be missed. Our school board, the Fleetwood Activity Booster Club, the TAA, and all of our parent and individual booster clubs. Our facilities department, again, especially in the fall and spring, can't run an athletic department without quality people in the facilities department, and they do an excellent job. Kirby Barnett setting up the AV stuff for tonight. Our athletic trainers, Brad Burrows, Christian Klasaritz, and Heather Wood. Our EMS for our home football games. Brandywine Transportation, as well as Kimberly in the business office helping out with our vans. Our building security, our outside security, KRE. Our student council, faculty, staff, community members. Everybody that helps out selling tickets, announcing, scoreboard operating, scorekeeping, helping out game managing, event helpers. Again, couldn't be done without all of you. The business office, parents, and most importantly, obviously, the student athletes themselves. So let's give all of those people a round of applause. Before we get started, I'd like to announce the Fleetwood Sports Hall of Fame class of 2022. They'll be inducted on Tuesday, December 27th, as part of the Boys Basketball Tiger Classic. This year's inductees are Kevin Remley, Wally Snyder, Leah Angstadt, Mike Clark, and Mary Schock. We begin tonight with cross country. The following were district qualifiers: Sean Carpenter, Kyle Sonnen, Ryan Kirstein, Lauren Paulus, Sonia Bailey, Lindsay Solomon, and Lillian Arce. Lauren Paulus was also honorable mention. Here's coach Eric Barker.
Okay, full house tonight. It looks good. For cross country, we give out 3 awards: a coaches award for both girls and boys, MVP girls and boys, and starting last year, we have a former cross country runner who gives a small monetary donation, which we give to one girl and one senior boy. So. This year for the girls team, the girls, we're always struggling for numbers with the girls. I think there's 5 other fall sports the girls get to play besides cross country. So that's just something I've always put out there. Anyone that isn't doing anything, come out and run. All right, they have a good time, and they will tell you that at the end of the season, they're glad they came out. This year for the coaches award, it goes to Laura Allenbach. For the boys, I had two boys that started out as sprinters in track, and actually they ended up as sprinters in track, but they came out for cross country, stuck it out for 3 and 4 years. So the coaches award for boys cross country goes to Thomas Chappelle and Ryan Flood. Our MVP awards on the girls' side, this will be her 4th MVP award, and that's Lauren Paulus. On the boys' side, our boys MVP, they did have a disappointing season with injuries at the end of the season, but he still was our lowest point scorer, and that is Jacob Fortna. And like I said, we also have a monetary award for senior boy and senior girl, and for the girls, that is also Laura Allenbach. And for the boys, it is Thomas Chappelle.
The field hockey team was county semifinalists and placed 5th at districts and were state quarterfinalists. Casey Linda Wald and Natalie Susser were first team All-State, and Lauren Bryce was All-State honorable mention. Casey Linda Wald was All-County, and Lauren Bryce, Sarah Leffler, Natalie Slusser, and Elizabeth Miller were All-Division, while Amy Fitzgerald and Julia Caskey and Bryn McDonald were honorable mention. Here is Coach Joyce Angstadt.
All right, your new coach for next year is standing by my side. Yeah, so she's accompanied us a couple times at practices and at games, but Beth, are you here? If you could come down, please. Yeah, come on. Yeah, I know. Yeah, so I'll make Beth one more thing to do as my assistant, because I think you'll just be volunteering next year. Anyhow, I'd like to just say a big thank you to my parents for my senior parents for 4 years and everything you've done. This was a long season, this past season. The bus ride out to Pittsburgh, all the food and drinks you supplied, and just being there to support your daughter and the team. It's so important to our players that you are there. Also, then I want to thank my assistant coaches, well, it's Beth and then Megan Keenan. Both of them have just stepped up. Like when I have Shorty with me at practice, they took over it just is a great help to have able bodies by your side and that understands and knows the game. Then this group of seniors, a bunch of them started, well, maybe 4 years older than Leah. Via here, ugh. Anyhow, knowing them from playing in elementary all the way through the end of high school here, and 5 of them are going to go on to play in college, is just neat to see. Seeing how they developed as young ladies, as athletes, and as students. They're very accomplished in everything they've done. They're active in the school, besides hockey, besides band, all the clubs they're involved in, and that just says a lot for this group of seniors. And we will dearly miss them well, next week. It's it. You know, you're in the real world. Sorry about that. Your job next year is college, okay? Yes, I will be at some of your games. Don't worry. For my returning players, we'll see you this summer. We'll get that schedule out to you and get going again. You okay there, Jordan? Okay. But for the Coaches Award, we'll start with a couple of the awards. We have a bunch here tonight. It's going to Lauren Bryce, again, a 4-year starter. Always hustling out there and working. So she is going to continue her schooling and her field hockey career at Ursinus College. Oof. All right, for my MVPs, like Matt said, we'll start with Casey. I mean, holds the school record for the most goals scored in 4 years. I think it's going to be hard to beat. It was a big goal that she strived for I think she outseeded Lissy Delp, actually, if I'm right. So again, Casey's going to continue her schooling and her playing career at KU. Congratulations, Casey. All right, our other MVP goes to Natalie. One of our defenders in the backfield just held down the fort. She's going to continue her schooling and field hockey career at Dickinson College or University? College, okay. They changed their name somewhere. Our other 2 players that are going to continue, Sarah Loeffler is going to be going to Mansfield to continue her career and in hockey, and Cadence Rusak is going to McDaniels. So again, it's a good honor to have them on our team and all. Are we going to do academic next, or? Let's do this. Okay. So, yes. So we'll do the Booster Club next, is the Fleetwood Area Booster Club William and Betty Didyoung Senior Field Hockey Award. The Didyoungs were very active in Fleetwood, being with Booster Club, and also when Booster Club started, and just supporting all their children going through the system. Their daughter Tina played field hockey, both sons played soccer. So this year's recipient of this award is Julia Caskey. All right, the next one we'll give out is the Smiley Kiley Field Hockey Scholarship. Yeah, this is to a player that just encompasses all the Kiley's qualities. Loving field hockey, just being very involved, a leader on and off the field, someone we dearly miss. So this recipient this year is Natalie Slusher. Okay, so we'll go on to our academic or our school board directors awards. So that's the academic team for the state. In order to qualify that, the team as an average had to have a 3.3 or higher, or 92% out of 100, and our varsity team accomplished that, I think, for the second or third year in a row. So if those young ladies would come up, starting with Cadence Rusak. Lauren Breisch. We'll just keep going. Amy Fitzgerald. Yeah, you can do it. Mallory Reppy. Of course, Natalie Slusher. Sarah Loeffler. Casey Lynn. Grin. I don't know if JJ's here. If not, we'll get it to her. Aaliyah Negron. Do you need help, Beth? Oh, I'm sorry. All right, just stay up. We got one more set then, too. Yeah, just stay a minute. I think we have another set right now. Two more sets. Yeah, just stay. Yeah, we'll get them to you. Airmail them to you. Did Elizabeth come down? Bianca, Julia, Jaden, if you're here, Abigail Hostetler, and Elizabeth Miller, our fabulous goalie. Okay. I think we got, what do we have yet? Oh, okay. So for qualifying, we made county playoffs. We placed 5th in districts, and we came in to quarterfinals of state. And the board of directors is also recognizing this team for those state accomplishments and district. I must say, if we didn't have some good tippers there, and in that final game, I believe of districts it was, against Hershey, Casey setting a shot across and Amy throwing that stick in there, we still don't know how she managed to go in to get us into OT, and then Julia and Casey finishing the job and winning that game for us. So, yeah, we had some exciting games this year, and that's what makes it fun. How you doing there, Beth? Okay. Okay. All right, we'll also honor the 3 All-State players. Again, it's Casey Lynn for the 2nd year in a row for first team All-State, and Natalie also accomplished that. It is criteria. They have to meet so many of the criteria to be even nominated for All-State. And then Lauren was honorable mention, so it was a very good year for us in field hockey. So if we could have a round of applause, thank you. And just, I think one more thing is when the season started in one of our first games, a player came off the field, and she'll know when I say this, and I think that was neat to hear, was saying that the game was fun. And I think that's what it's all about when we're out there. It's the wins and losses. The wins are great, the loss is okay, but you need to have fun and enjoy the game. And that's what, as coaches, you hope to accomplish with all your players. So thanks. Hey, good luck, baseball and softball. I'm very proud of you guys. All right, thank you, ladies.
football team finished as Eastern Conference 5A, 6A champs. I would like to again thank our Ole Valley student athletes that participated this past season. It's a pleasure to continue having you as part of our Fleetwood football program. Gavin Morris was all-division first-team offense, and Tanner Maddox was all-division first-team defense. Tanner, Gage Moyer, Mason Mustiano, and Hunter Leicester were all-division second-team offense, and Gavin Morris was all-division second-team defense. Will Ryan, Joey Savoda, Noah Yorkovich, and Dylan Fickus were honorable mention. I'd like to thank recently retired coach Steve Beatty for his 2 years of service, and I'd like to welcome our new coach, Steve Pangburn.
Good evening. We give out 4 individual awards and 1 coach's award. This season, our coach's award was actually a dual recipient. That went to Gage Moyer and Gage Eagleman. Moving on to our Offensive Lineman of the Year, that would go to Hunter Leicester. Our Defensive Lineman of the Year would be Sheldon Garant. And our offensive MVP, who had over 1,200 total yards from scrimmage and 15 touchdowns, that would be Gavin Morris. Our defensive MVP, who had led the county in interceptions with 7, would be Tanner Maddox. Next, we have the Fleetwood participants from our football team in the Eastern Conference 5A, 6A Championship. We have Keegan Billings, Dominic Braun, Zion Brickle, Nate Rodas, Brandon Del Grosso, Nico D'Oliveira, Seth Dietrich, Gage Eagleman, Dylan Fickus, Sheldon Garant, Cody Harders, Adrian Heffelfinger, Jeffrey Killian, Ben, Canoxis, sorry, Ben, Owen Koch, Kaylor Liu, Steve Leitzel, Connor Letterman, Luis Martinez, Josiah Medina, Ben Miller, Gavin Morris, Blake Moyer, Gage Moyer, Mason Musitano, Braden Reinert, Jack Riffle, Will Ryan, Ryan Shea, Hunter Slavoda, Landon Tomes, Daniel Wagner, and Noah Yorkovich. Representing the Ole side of our football team, we have Jeremiah Ailing, Harrison Fisher, Landon Hare, Doug Jones, Brady Kemp, Hunter Leister, Brait Maddox, Tanner Maddox, Tristan McFarland, Alexander Palmer, David Ramsey, Trey Wamshire, Ty Wamshire, and Elijah Zimmerman.
The golf team had the following individuals qualify for counties: Abby Stump, Katie Stump, Ryan Romiak, Aiden Sumas, Jacob Stump, Jacob Fortna, and Ethan Makovsky. Ryan Romiak was also all division, and Aiden Sumas was honorable mention. Here is first year coach Casey Mayer.
Mom.
The start of the season was a little tough. I got hired middle of July, didn't even meet the kids until first day of practice, actually. Huge improvement this year from last year. Last year we were 5-9. We improved to 11-4 this year. I would really like to thank my assistant coach, Nick Romiak. He was huge in a team success and individual success this year. My coach's award goes to Jacob Stump. See here? My MVP goes to Ryan Romiak. Thank you. Good luck, seniors, with everything.
The boys soccer team finished as county champs, district semifinalists, and state qualifiers. Malachi Herndon was all-state. David Millisock, Malachi, and Ryan Piskorski were all-county. Oscar Flores and Owen Schlegel were all-division. And Josh Candelario, Owen Shoemaker, and Nate Herb were honorable mention. Here is Coach Keith Schlegel.
Hello, everybody. Glad to see everybody here tonight. Great turnout. I want to thank the administration for their support, and Matt Deal especially, to keep me in line. And I want to thank all our student body for coming out and supporting the soccer team during the season. I want to thank the players that are here tonight. If you guys would stand. I want to thank the cheerleaders for their support, and I want to thank my assistant coaches, Kyle Schlegel and Nick Cope, as well. I want to thank Mr. Hill and Mrs. Buss and her family for their support also. And what a year we had. We had 2 returning starters, a lot of talent there, but we're young. We had 6 outstanding seniors who took the initiative to get our team as close as possible. And We were one of the closest teams I've ever been a part of, and I think that's the main reason why we did so well. We overachieved, I think, a little bit because we were small. I see some guys growing for next year, so that's great. No, we just had a great group of boys, and they were always together on and off the field, and we didn't care who we were playing. We were ready for everybody, so it was a good season. And it's always good to knock off a big school winning a county title as well. So congratulations to the boys. Tonight, the awards. Most valuable player for the Tigers this year, boys soccer, will be someone who was one of the seniors, who was a big part of our success. He was asked to go out of his comfort zone a little bit by the staff and myself, play a totally different position, and I think he did pretty well. He made all Berks and he made all state, and he helped us control the other team's midfield along with his teammates, but his size and power and skill really helped us out as a team, and I want to congratulate Malachi Herndon if he come forward. I also want to say that Malachi is going to be attending California and Pennsylvania to further his academic career and also play some soccer out there as well. And he's also the recipient of the Mr. Bus Award, Mr. Ray Bus Award, and he's also the recipient of Jeff Remley Award as well. So congratulations. Also, we have the Fleetwood Area Booster Club William and Betty Didyoung Senior Soccer Award. It goes to Oscar Flores, sorry. And also we have the team awards for Berks County champion. So I'll read the names, and if you guys, Matthew, I'll come forward. All right. Duli Almanza, Danny Alvarez, Mitch Barr, Owen Bice, Baxter Beal, Jason Bry, Oscar Flores, Joshua Candelaria, Zachariah Fry, Cam Geiger, Justin Hartline, Nate Erb, Grant Hernandez, Malachi Herndon, Luke Jones, Ethan Kaler, Travis Loy, Jonathan Marek, William Merrick, Davin Millisock, Ryan Piskorski, Jonathan. Carrie Plose, Owen Shoemaker, Ty Seidel, and Owen Schlegel. Hi, guys. You good?
And then if Mike Boyer could please come forward to give out the Pickle Boyer Scholarship.
Good evening. Like so many have said already, it's great to see a nice crowd here this evening supporting our student athletes. I'm Mike Boyer. I'm here representing the Pickle Boyer Scholarship Committee. This award is given in memory of James Pickle H. Boyer. Pickle was a lifelong resident of Fleetwood who gave generously to the Fleetwood community youth and students and families of the Fleetwood area. Pickle donated his time and energy to the overtime program for Fleetwood area high school students, coached and supported Fleetwood athletic programs, and gave of his time to the Fleetwood community through various volunteer efforts. This scholarship has been arranged by his wife Karen, who will be given to a committee-chosen athlete of the Fleetwood area school district who amplifies the qualities that we admired about Pickle. His time on earth was too short, but many of us have been blessed by his optimism, his overflowing energy, and his ability to always see the positive side of life from any angle. The scholarship has been established to create a long-lasting memory of Pickle. This is our fourth year giving out this scholarship award, and this year's award will go to Ryan Piskorski. Thank you.
The girls' soccer team finished as county semifinalists and district qualifiers. Layla Salih and Ava Salih were all county. Bridget Daskowitz and Madison Herb were all division. Chanel Hercules and Avery Kramer were honorable mention. Here's Coach Bill Lowndes. It appears filling in for Coach Lowndes is Coach Rhodes.
Unfortunately, Coach Lowndes had a last-minute conflict that he wasn't able to resolve, so you're all stuck with me for a couple of minutes. Like everyone else, I'd like to thank the parents, the administration, everyone else who supports these student athletes, the teams, and the school. Without you guys, none of this obviously is possible. Mr. Deal spoke a little bit about the players and their individual achievements. Congratulations to all of them. Maybe more importantly is the supporting cast we had on the team this year, the players that didn't get this kind of recognition, but most certainly pushed all of these players to be their very best and pushed them to these achievements. So thank you to those that went unmentioned as well. I think this year at the girls' soccer team, I spoke at our soccer banquet, and I referenced triumphs and tragedy. And I think it kind of encompassed the season, those two words. It seemed like every time we would get rolling and we'd overcome hurdles, the soccer gods would kind of reach down and twist an ankle or deal us a concussion. And as I spoke before, the triumphs are the easy ones. It's fun when you're winning. It's a blast when you're out there beating up on teams, scoring goals. But the tragedies are what are going to form these young ladies as people and hopefully as future athletes and go-getters in the world. So I think the way they reacted and the way they handled themselves on the field this year, with the triumphs, but more importantly with the tragedies, is a testament to their fortitude and for their love of the game and the people that they are. With that, Coach Bill left me a couple notes. We're giving out 2 awards this year as well. The first one is the team MVP. And with these awards, coincidentally, we'll also go recipients of Fleetwood's first, I believe, girls soccer scholarships. The team MVP, this young lady, 50-plus goal scorer for her career, leader on and off the field, just a great person to be around. It was an honor to coach her. She will continue her academic and her athletic career at Delaware, and that's Layla Salih. The second award goes out as the Coach's Choice. This one goes to a player that this year was put in a lot of, I'll say challenging, situations. She's an adaptive player, same as Layla, leader on the field, off the field, undertook anything that was asked of her. Again, put in some different positions, asked to do some things technically, tactically, and strategically that were maybe a little bit out of her comfort zone. And I say that with a little bit of hesitation because there weren't too many places on the soccer field where she was uncomfortable. This player will continue her academic and athletic career at Mansfield, and that is Madison Herb. Again, thank you all for coming out tonight. For any of the returning players that are here, look forward to seeing you for the next season. For all the outgoing athletes and students, best of luck for myself and Coach Lowndes in your future endeavors. Thank you.
Coach Schlegel, with all those awards you gave out, you omitted one. Boys Soccer Coaches Award goes to William Marek. In girls tennis, Shannon Colley qualified as a district singles alternate and was also all-division. She will also be receiving the Dale A. Collins Scholar Athlete Award. Here is Coach Joe Eways.
Well, this is my first time standing up here for the girls' tennis team. Was here last year for the boys' team and will be up here later in the program. Unfortunately, when I got here, and I met most of these girls during the summer at the sessions that we have out on the court, which I will remind everybody are starting tomorrow, actually. But 7 of these girls were seniors, which is unfortunate for me because they played well, and we were blessed with a team that had kind of 5 players that were very, very evenly matched. Because of that, I'm going to have an MVP that was my number 5, and a coach's award that goes to my number one. So we are looking forward to playing and starting our program again this year. Everybody in the district really is invited. I also understand that there is pickleball coming to Fleetwood. So if any of you are out there and get tired of the fun and enjoyment of pickleball, you might, slide over to the tennis courts and try that for a little bit. The MVP this year was Allison Whitman. And the coach's award goes to Shannon Cawley, who actually played her best match in the qualifying match to get into districts. Was the best match she played all year, was her last match. So, thank you.
In girls volleyball, Celeste Cook was all county, Ashley Hoomer was all division, and Haley Hallman and Emily Western were honorable mention. I'd like to thank former coach Ron Hoomer for his service over the years. It was much appreciated. And here's JV coach Keith Hallman.
Thank you for coming out tonight and recognizing all of these athletes. This team dealt with a lot of adversity and situations that were out of their control this year. Their ability to continue playing hard and block out the noise is well beyond their years. I am very proud of their effort, maturity, and sportsmanship they showed all season long. Thanks to all the parents and the student section that showed up to every home match to cheer us on. Y'all were awesome. Hope to see you there next year. This year we are giving out 5 coaches awards to 5 very deserving players. First one, senior Celeste Cook. Junior Emily Wesner. Junior Haley Hallman. I'm going to tear this name up again for one last time. Junior Jessica Camp. And junior Ashley Humer. Thank you for coming out tonight and recognizing all these athletes. Thank you.
I'd like to thank and also introduce Muhlenberg's water polo coach, Steve Stambaugh, for his and that school's hospitality with the co-op of water polo. It's very much appreciated, and I think he would like to come forward and say a few words.
Oh, what a great turnout here. Good evening. My name is Steve Stambaugh. I'm the head coach for the boys and girls water polo team and the assistant coach for boys and girls swimming at Muhlenberg High School. 4 years ago, our program was blessed with a co-op agreement with Fleetwood School District. This co-op literally saved the water polo program. We went from barely having enough players to field a team to one of the more dominating programs in the state of Pennsylvania. All thanks to you, Fleetwood, so I appreciate it, thank you. I also want to extend my gratitude to Mr. Matt Deal and Dr. Greg Miller for helping to keep this co-op and our family going. I'd like to recognize the following boys for all earning varsity letters for water polo. Noah DeLong, Logan Detweiler, Alex Kissinger, Jerron Newton, and Owen Roth. These 5 boys all helped Muhlenberg to an overall record of 15-9. Great job, guys. The following girls all played an integral part of our team, going 19-7 and 1 win away from qualifying for the state tournament, which involves only the top 8 teams in Pennsylvania. The following 9 girls are Megan Bratley, Delaney Devlin, Rachel Hess, Megan Milishowski, Maren Schermerhorn, Marissa Schermerhorn, Taylor Scholl, Catherine Tanis, and Rachel Wood. I'd also like to recognize the following girls for being named to an all-county or an all-conference team. Megan Bratley was named to the 2nd team All-Berks and 3rd team All-Central Conference. And Maren Schermerhorn was named 3rd team All-Central Conference. Congratulations, ladies. And just like the tennis coach, I'm always trying to recruit. So in closing, if anyone has any interest in the amazing game of water polo, whether you can swim or not, because I can teach you how to swim too, please reach out to your athletic department for more information and get in contact with me. All right, thank you and enjoy the rest of your evening.
The boys basketball team finished as county quarterfinalists and district qualifiers. Jake Carnish was all county, Aiden Sumas and Will Ryan were all division, and Nate Herb and Dylan Fickus were honorable mention. Also, Dylan Fickus will be receiving the Dale A. Collins Scholar Athlete Award. Here is Coach Justin Sumas filling in for Coach Terry Sittler. And I believe Mike Mayer is joining him to give out the Leroy Frederick Scholarship.
Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you guys coming out tonight. A lot of great stuff, Fleetwood basketball. A lot of firsts. Actually, a lot of firsts. None of our players were born for some of these things that happened. To include our last county playoff appearance was 2003. Last district appearance was 2000, and depending on which sports reporter you talk to, our last division title was 1956. So a lot of great things happened. We were 16-5. It all starts with a great group of boys. The coaching staff only has a little bit to do with it, but we have a great group of boys, and it starts at the top. Our seniors were great leaders. They've been great leaders ever since they've been part of the program. We've seen this coming a few years ago. Maybe no one else did, but I remember standing here last year and saying that this was a great possibility. And part of that, we're going to give out two awards tonight. Our Coaches Award is going to go to a player that has played his junior and senior season. We call him Spence, but Aiden Gorman. The next Coaches Award goes out to our point guard. He led the offense this year. That goes to Nate Herb. The other Coaches Award goes to, unfortunately he lives in my house. And I get to coach him all winter. I don't know how much mom and sister like that. Sometimes there's a little bickering going on, but Aiden Sumas. And if anybody came out to see us play, by the way, a lot of people came out of the woodwork that we haven't seen it to fill the gym up. And by the way, great student section. But if anybody came to the games, we were clearly led by, in my opinion, one of the best players in the county. First All-Berks player, All-County player that we've had in quite some time. It's a pleasure to have coached him since he's 7 years old. Numerous sports, baseball, basketball, and that goes to Jake Carnish. I told you I wanted to tell him that he used to struck out. That's it. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Great to see a big crowd here tonight. I'd like to introduce the winner of the Leroy Fredericks Basketball Scholarship Award for this year. My father-in-law was a great basketball fan for Fleetwood High School, and we give this award out every year to a deserving senior boy and senior girl. The boys' winner this year is Will Ryan.
In girls basketball, Alexis Hess was at 5A first team All-State and All-County. Amaris Torres was All-Division, and Julia Kasky and Haley Wojciechowski were honorable mention. Here's first-year coach Steve Zeller.
Hello, everybody. First year coach. I think most of you know that different than that. This is actually my 7th year here, 1 year at the middle school, 5 under Coach Kellett, and now this year as the head coach. So, been around the block here. I'm also the track coach. Just want to recognize our seniors. That would be Amaris Torres, All Division. She's here somewhere. Absolutely the best practice player and kid you could ever have on your team. I mean, every single drill, every time, doing it the right way. Rip and go, whatever you want, one bounce, pull up. She's right on it. So I appreciate that, Amaris. Also Julia Kasky, who the Kasky family and I go back 7 years to my first year here at Fleetwood. Got to know them very well. Julia's been a great 4-year player. I had her sister also. I'm going to miss you, Julia. She's going to watch my dogs this summer, so I will be seeing her again. And just let me take a moment to also recognize the Kasky parents who are actually leaving Fleetwood now. I've had Michaela and Julia for 7 years, 7 straight years. I've had a Kasky girl in 1 or 2 sports, sometimes both in each. So thank you. Always supported me. Thought I'd mention that. For our Coaches Award, I don't think she's here tonight. It goes to Maddie Herb. I'll just give you the reason why. Maddie had not played basketball since middle school. And on her senior night at soccer, she announced in her senior bio, they read that she was planning on playing basketball this year. And Maddie actually did it. You know, a lot of kids talk about stuff, but this one said she was going to, and she did. And she hadn't played since middle school, ended up starting every game. Great hard worker. So she's our coach's award. MVP. This is probably the easiest decision. The one in track's pretty easy too for the girls. But Alexis Hess is our MVP. This is her All-State certificate. And that's quite an accomplishment, All-State in basketball. It's determined by the media. You don't even know who's voting on it and things like that. So she made an impression on a lot of people. I had other coaches from around, like from outside of Berks when we played them, saying nothing about good things about watching film about her play. Alexis scored her 1,000th point this year in her 3rd year. Also, three-time All-County now, and that was consensus. Unanimous votes last year and this year. I don't know about the year before. I've had the pleasure of knowing her since you were about 10 years old, probably, when she was about this tall. She was playing some of our middle school basketball games back then when she was 9 or 10. So you could see back then that there was a lot of talent there. And you know, this one's going to fulfill all the promise. She's a hard worker, got her back for another year. I can't believe she's still only a junior. I'm a lucky coach. Here's our MVP, Alexis. Thank you. Oh. Okay, we also have a 3-point goal award that goes to Julia Caskey.
And Julia is also receiving the Leroy Frederick Scholarship Award for basketball.
All right, thank you.
In swimming, the following qualified for districts: Maren Schemerhorn, Catherine Tanis, Megan Bratley, Lauren Paulus, Dylan Yelitz, Rachel Wood, Alex Kissinger, Jerrianne Newton, Rachel Hess, Michaela Yelitz, and Logan Detweiler. State qualifiers were Maren Schemerhorn, Catherine Tanis, Megan Bratley, Lauren Paulus, Dylan Yelitz, Rachel Hess, Michaela Yelitz, and Alex Kissinger. Maren Schemerhorn, Megan Bratley, and Catherine Tanis were all county. I'd like to welcome and thank Muhlenberg coach Todd Eisenhofer, as well as our volunteer coaches Kathy Kissinger and Megan Roth. Here is Todd Eisenhofer.
Good evening. As many of you know, and some of you may not be aware, Fleetwood and Muhlenberg also have a co-op in swimming that started 4 years ago. I'd like to thank Dr. Miller and Mr. Matt Deal for being proactive and making all this happen. This truly has been great for both schools, parents, coaches, and most importantly, the student athletes. This class is a bit bittersweet for me, as it's the first class that I've had for all 4 years of having the co-op. And in those 4 years, COVID including, this group only lost 7 total dual meets on the girls' side and 8 total dual meets on the boys' side. This group is truly special in many ways. They've had a lot of success in the pool, but also should be commended for their success in the classroom. We don't actually give out MVP awards for swimming. We are going to have our banquet. We still didn't have that yet. It's going to be at a Reading Phillies game, actually. But I know that Matt does have some certificates. So the following swimmers who qualified for the state meet: Megan Bratley, Rachel Hess, Alex Kissinger, Lauren Paulus, Maren Schermerhorn, Catherine Tanis, Dylan Yelitz, and Michaela Yelitz. Even though we don't give out, like I said, MVP awards, I do have a little special gift tonight, and I would like for you guys to just stay up here too, please. If Katie and Abby Stump could come up, please. So as many are aware, I know what happened to the Stump family. I was trying to think of something that I could do. I mean, you know, in a situation like this happens, I think that it's always the things that we say we can't replace, and we kind of forget about some of the things that we can replace. So I personally got them a gift that I could replace. So they got their letter from Muhlenberg, swim cap, and probably most importantly, their warm-up jackets that have their names on them. And as Coach Stambaugh said, we are always looking for recruits, so if you have any background in diving too, any gymnastics background, cheerleading background, we can work with that. And if anybody, again, even just wants to learn to swim, we do not deny anybody. Thank you.
I'd like to thank Coach Tim Kummerer and Ole Valley for the copper sponsorship over the years in the sport of wrestling. It's been much appreciated, and again, thank you very much. Fall and winter cheerleading squads did an outstanding job cheering for football, boys and girls soccer, and boys and girls basketball. They put in a lot of time, effort, supporting our teams, and that is very much appreciated. In addition to all that, at competition, they were not only county qualifiers, but they also qualified for districts and states. Here's Coach Rachel Shigo.
I first want to say thank you to all of the parents and student athletes tonight, and for administration for making this night happen. I know last year was a packed house as well because we're coming off of our COVID years, thank goodness, so it's good to see everybody here. I just want to kind of piggyback off of Matt a little bit. We do have 3 teams, and some of our athletes do compete and cheer for all 3 teams, so I just want to kind of clap it out for my kids because they do a lot here. We're recognizing 4 athletes in particular, but we would give awards to a lot more than that because our kids work really hard and we're very proud of them. This season, we were lucky enough to gain a permanent second coach in Gabriella Storm, so I just want to kind of give her a round of applause too. She's been a phenomenal addition to our family, and she has helped our girls grow in so many more ways than I could ever do just by myself. So we have 2 of each award tonight, and I'm going to do them both together rather than do one, and one. So we have 2 MVPs, and for our MVPs, we recognize these athletes that have showed extreme growth in leadership and their self-confidence. They always show up to practices and games asking what they could do for us, how they could help, what they could do to make our jobs a little easier. And they always help each other out, even if they're having a bad day. They kind of just suck it up and help each other out, which is all that we can ask for coaching a squad of 20 teenage girls. So our fall MVP is going to an athlete who knows how to talk to each and every single one of her teammates. It might be in a harsh or a loving way, depending on who she's talking to. But she was our Rising Leader recipient, and it is Sarah Grimm. Our winter MVP is going to a kid that has worked hard for the past 3 years to make the teams that she's been trying to make, and she just has been resilient and relentless. And it's all credited to her drive and determination, and our MVP for the winter is Laura Mennett. Our coaches' awards are going to individuals that are determined to get things done. They do it without fail. They smile even though they might hate us while they have to do it. Our fall one is going to someone who always showed up, smiled, practiced hard in front of us and at home, and we could tell due to the gain in her jumps and just the tightness that she has had throughout the year. And she's finally showed us her voice, and our fall coaches' award goes to Katie Annabelle. And our Winter Coaches Award is going to an athlete that she unfortunately is not here tonight, but after injury after injury after injury, she didn't let it stop her. She didn't slow down. She might have taken a couple softballs to the head, but she kept coming to practice, and she gave the best knowledge and tips she could give. And then when she was cleared, she came back in and she had a fire to keep her stunt in the air and to make the stunt group work as flawlessly as it could. And our Coaches Award goes to Haley Mauger. So when I call your name, come on up and line up. We're going to give you your awards for county, states, and district qualifying. Katie Annabelle, Maris Arnold, Kaylee Cromer, Jasmine Evans, Emma Flammer, Sarah Grimm, Erin Kasperwitz, Cassiana Laborde, Brielle Mark, Haley Mauger, Laura Mennett, Jess Pritchard, Delaney Walker, and Sky Wall. So these are our kids that cheered all 3 sports, all 3 teams, and had probably 5 days a week where they either had to cheer for soccer, football, basketball, or competition. So congratulations, girls. And good luck to softball and baseball. Congratulations, guys.
In our bowling cooperative sponsorship at Muhlenberg, Andrew Long, Aiden Dietrich, and Braden Sirocco were regional and state team qualifiers, and Andrew was also a county and regional singles qualifier. I'd like to thank Muhlenberg coach Rob Wolf. I do not believe he's here tonight, but I do have some board recognition certificates to give out to those 3 students. And again, this is for qualifying at the state level. Aiden Dietrich. Andrew Long. and Braden Sirocco. The baseball team will be playing Susquehanna Township at Susquehanna Township Middle School tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. in the District 3 Class 4A third place game for an opportunity to qualify for states. Jake Carnish and Aiden Sumas were all division, and Adam Knoll and Dalton Young were honorable mention. Aiden Gorman will be receiving the Roy Treble Scholarship. Here's Coach Roland Green.
Will all members of the baseball team please stand to be recognized? Thanks, guys. First of all, I want to thank my entire coaching staff, Ken, John, Ryan, scorekeeper Mike, for everything that you've done this year. Greatly appreciate everything that you do. Before I came down today, I dozed off in the recliner, and I woke up at 6:18, and I was scared to look at my phone to see what time it was, and I kept on saying, all week long, I was like, why am I so tired with work? I'm not really doing anything special. Then it dawned on me, over the last week, we spent 11 and a half hours on bus rides, on a school bus. And when you're my age, it's not very pleasant. And so now I know why I'm tired. We have two coaches award this evening. The first one I'm going to hand out. Best way to describe him is just a great teammate, fun to be around, and a pleasure to coach. And anytime we ask him to do anything, he just does it. First coach's award goes to Nick Liptot. My other coach's award goes to an individual who unfortunately got injured 8th game into the season. And my heart just went out to him. And he's an awesome kid. He came to every practice and every game. He just wanted to be part of something, doing whatever he could to help out the team. And it was like having another coach around, and I greatly appreciate everything he did. The other coach's award goes to Aiden Gorman. Thank you.
The softball team will be made the county quarterfinals and will be hosting Middletown tomorrow at Lions Ball Field at 6 p.m. in the District 3 Class 4A third place game. Again, just like baseball, with an opportunity to qualify for states. Megan Bratley was all-county, Emily Miller, Morgan Kaler, Kylie Kraus, and Marissa Torres were all-division, and Caitlin Piletsky and Haley Mager were honorable mention. Here's Coach Eric Garman.
At any rate, we've had a really good season. I've been blessed, as well as the rest of the coaching staff, with a very talented, athletic group of girls who really like to compete. And not only that, they've really grown as a team as we proceeded through the season. I'd like to thank my coaching staff, Willis Stump, pitching coach, and occupies the third base box most of the time. Kenneth Rentschler occupies the first base box most of the time, and Anthony Bourne. Without them, we couldn't accomplish anything like we're seeing currently. The first individual batted .516, slugging percentages of .887 in the regular season, has a fielding percentage of 1.00 and the ability to drive a ball 40 feet beyond the fence. She's responsible for calling pitches and for running the defense from behind the plate. She's willing to play wherever you ask. She always has a positive attitude, whether we win, we lose, whether I have a good practice or a poor practice. Okay, and she's headed off to Kent State University. The MVP this year is Megan Bratley. Good job. The next individual, and I have several, so the next individual provided us with some very sound defense. Her hitting tremendously improved over last season, which is extremely important to our success this year. She also, when the team was faced with a challenge, she would frequently gather them together to give them a pep talk. She was always willing to lay out for a ball, slide into a base. Her uniform was always dirty, and therefore I call her the groundhog. Coach's Award goes to Amaris Torres. We came in for open gym in January, and we expected to have 2 senior pitchers that were very, very successful last year in getting us both the counties and districts last year. Unfortunately, circumstances did not permit that. So my pitching coach, Coach Stump, pulled aside a young girl and said, "Look, this is the way it's going to be." That young girl proceeded to work very, very hard from that point on. She's gained the respect of her teammates, the confidence of her teammates, and she's continued to improve as the years progressed. She's the queen of our circle this year. She's responsible for getting us into county playoffs, district playoffs, and including our first district win in 20 years. Coach's Award goes to Caitlin Pitleski. The last individual is probably one of the most supportive team members we have. She's one of the first to grab equipment and pull it out, and one of the first to take it back. She's got exceptionally fast reflexes and makes very, very good decisions. She's responsible probably for 6 to 7 double plays this year, 2 or 3 unassisted, including I think 3 against Brandywine, who we haven't beaten in 15 years. Okay, something like that. I always refer to her as Hoover, Dyson, and Rainbow all wrapped up in one. Coach Stump started the mantra, "Go ahead, hit it to our third baseman." Coach's Award goes to Ashley Rovak. If you have nothing to do tomorrow evening, Lions Field, 6 o'clock. We'll take all the fans we can get.
In boys tennis, Kyle Sonnen qualified for the District 3 AA singles tournament and was also all-county. Here's Coach Joe Eways.
Let me talk a little bit about Kyle. The best news about Kyle is he's only a sophomore. But he qualified for districts this year, and not only did he qualify, but in his first match he took out the number 3 seed before losing in the quarterfinals. So that's a level Fleetwood hasn't seen for some time. Kyle is our MVP. He also had a winning record, and for a long time, halfway through the season, he was undefeated. The rest of the competition got a little better, and he lost some matches, but never lost his enthusiasm for the game. Our Coach's Award goes to our number 2 man, Zach Fry. Now, Zach not only played number 2, but he also anchored the number 1 doubles team, which included playing with Kyle. He's a year older than Kyle. He's still not a senior. He's a junior. And the only thing he has to add to his game, which we've had the discussion on, is a little bit of self-confidence. And for the life of me, I don't know why he doesn't have it. When he gets that, he's very much a competitor. He's a good player. Sometimes he has to keep Kyle straight on the doubles court, and he's our Coach's Award winner. Thank you.
I'll probably get some boos because I'm sure there's a lot of Phillies fans in this house, but Kyle wears a Mets hat to play tennis, and as a Mets fan myself, I think that has a lot to do with his success. So, in track and field, the following qualified for districts: Nick Hill, Wyatt Hetrick, Sophia Burrell-Coburn, Ava Salih, Layla Salih, Jadlyn Eichert, Chanel Hercules. Chanel was also Owl County and the county champ in the 300-meter hurdles. We had 2 school records broken this year, Chanel in the 300 hurdles, and also the 400-meter relay of Jadlyn Eichert, Layla Salih, Ava Salih, and Chanel Hercules. The following were all division: Chanel Hercules, Ava Salih, Layla Salih, Sophia Burrell-Corbin, Kelsey Touche, Jadlyn Eichert, and William Marek. Here's Coach Steve Zeller.
Hello. We have 3 Coaches Awards and an MVP for the boys and for the girls. We have 80 kids, so it's not unreasonable. Our awards for track, one thing I like about coaching track is that it's just the most black and white sport there is. Your time is what it is and all that. All these awards are based on points, not on my favorites, even though they are my favorites. But I have other kids. I have other kids on this team: Chappelle, Flood, Kong Six, if that's how you say it. It's a great team, family atmosphere. Pleasure with all of them. So I want to thank my coaches, coaching all those kids. It's important to have a good coaching staff. Thank the coaches, the managers. Cecil, somewhere. Cecil over here does a great job with the middle school program. Keep things going. It's like one big family right now. So I'm really happy with where we're at, and I think we're even going to be better next year. So we'll start with the boys on the Coaches Awards. Let's see. Did you? He took some of my stuff, and I'm glad that Matt actually did some research this year, because last year he didn't give me too much. Okay, to start with the boys' Coaches Awards, let's go with William Marek. We actually had a lot more to give Matt this year, too, so I'll give him that. Stay here. William was our 4th leading point scorer, and he only did one event all year, the high jump. So next year we're going to look at maybe javelin or something else, but William did one event. He loves high jumping. I just know he does. He's so happy when he hits a mark. And William shocked even himself, I think, and finished 2nd in the county this year. So great year, William. Next Coaches Award goes to Tony Downs. Tony's one of those kids that if he wasn't in the high point scores, I might break my policy and give him a Coaches Award anyway, because there's no better person you could ever have on your team. Tony, he's our top sprinter, does hurdles, just a great leader at practice, great keeps the kids in line, just great attitude all around. Like I said, if I actually look at those points, I'm thinking, please, Tony, score some points. So here he is. Next, on the boys' side, we actually have co-MVPs. Our co-MVPs this year are Nick Hill and Wyatt Hedrick. Wyatt was our leading point scorer. Nick was our second leading point scorer for the boys. Both seniors. Wyatt's going to throw at Lebanon Valley College, and Nick is going to come back and help coach next year. So they've just been super steady for the last 3 years, 4 years really, but the last 2 years they've picked it up performance-wise. Scored a lot of points for us. Going to miss both of them. Okay, now to the girls. Let's start with the 9th grader, Jadlyn Eichert. Jadlyn, remember watching her run as a middle schooler. Knew she had great promise. She did get hurt at the end of sometime in middle school. She came back strong. When I describe her to my family at home, I say, hey, I have this 9th grade phenom, because that's really what I think about her. She has so much potential in track. She won 3 county medals, qualified for districts, and she's one of the few people. She qualified for counties in the 100, the 200, the 400, and the 800, which is just unheard of. And she only ran it one time. Anyway, Jadlyn Eichert. The next coach's award is for Kelsey Touche. Kelsey was the third. Kelsey was the 4th point scorer. Jadlyn was 3rd. Kelsey won 2 county medals in the high jump and the pole vault. She's also mid-season this year started to do the triple jump, and she did it well. So she had 64.5 points this year, which, to put it in perspective, that would have led our team last year. Last year, Chanel was the MVP with 60-some points. So this year, Kelsey's our 4th leading point scorer with 64.5. Kelsey Touche. Next is Ava Salih. Ava was our 2nd leading point scorer for the girls with 81 points. Very similar runner to Jadlyn. Same type of events. Just a fantastic person to have on your team. I think the world of Ava. Kaylee Henninger was our track activity fund president, and I asked Ava to take her place, which she accepted. And I didn't even think of anybody else to lead that, because she's just a great person on our team, very well-rounded. Ava Salih. Okay, MVP. Talk about, just like Alexis Hess over there, this was a super easy decision too. Chanel Hercules is our MVP. Chanel scored 60-some points last year, and she was all-division in one event. That was our only all-division last year, Chanel, in the long jump. This year we had 7 kids in 11 events. Anyway, the people on the team, everybody knows how I feel about Chanel. Love Chanel. And she's a great person and she's a great athlete, and of course I like that. Chanel qualified for districts in 5 events, which is ridiculous. She scored 180.25 points. Like, you don't even need to know about track scoring to know that that's incredible. She's part of the 4x100 relay team that set the school record. Did you update that, Matt? Okay, which I haven't even seen updated in the hallway, and that was Layla Salih was also involved in that. The other 3 are up here. The biggest thing from this year from Chanel was to just say about her, she set the school record in the 300-meter hurdles. She did it, she's only ever run it 3 times. She ran it once the week before counties because she didn't want to run in the 4x400. She said anything but that. So I said, okay, 300 hurdles. And she's like, deal. So she runs it 1 time, and she's a second off the school record, running it 1 time. Thrilled with that, of course. And then in counties, we scratch her out of the 200, which has been one of her best events, and put her in the 300 hurdles. And Chanel, she just destroyed it. She beat the school record by 2 seconds. It's a record from 1989. And won the event. It's just like super outstanding. So Chanel's our clear MVP for the girls, even though these other 3 are awesome as well, and so are some others. And the nice thing is, all 4 of these will be back next year. So, and we have a good middle school coming up. We're in great shape. Thank you.
In boys volleyball, Nicholas Sella was honorable mention. I'm not sure if she's here, but first-year coach Christine Humer. Yes, she is.
So for the coaches who were trying to recruit earlier, I think it works because last year we started our program with 12 kids. Both for JV and varsity, and this year we ended up with 29. So be careful what you wish for, but I'm not complaining. But before I recognize our team MVP and our coaches award recipients, there are a few people I would like to thank. Matt Deal and Mr. Harmon for allowing me the opportunity to lead this program, and of course our athletic trainers Heather and Chris for all their support and guidance this season. You guys really helped our team immensely, and you got them back on the court strong and healthy, especially after spring break when 3 of our players came back injured. Really sorry about that. I'll try not to break any more players, I promise. The people, actually, person or people I'd like to thank the most is the parents, guardians, and role models of this community. Whatever you're doing, you need to keep doing it because you should be immensely proud of the young men you have raised. Coming into this role, I was given numerous warnings and questions of, are you sure you want to coach boys volleyball? Like, are you really sure? And I could not have asked for a better team. The culture, environment, and mindset this team has cultivated this past season has been complimented numerous times. It didn't matter if I was arguing with officials or if I was just arguing with another coach. You guys have supported me throughout this season, and you have shown a respect for the game and sportsmanship unparalleled to any other team I've coached. So I can't wait to see what the future holds for us. Unfortunately, our team MVP could not be here tonight, yet I would still like to recognize him with a few words because of his true leadership skills. In the face of adversity, he didn't falter, and as coaches and athletes, we always dread hearing the words, "you can't play." The senior athlete heard those words, and instead of crumbling and faltering, he showed up for his team and showed what a true leader and a true teammate can be. He showed up to every practice and game, even in his boot. He also helped to train his replacements while he recovered, so our team MVP is Nicholas Stella. As coaches, we want our players to succeed on and off the court, and we also want them to improve on and off the court. This player, he could barely string along 2-word sentences above a whisper with some confidence at the beginning of the season. By the end of the season, he was leading team chants and giving voluntary speeches on senior night. Our coaches award goes to Justice Cruz.
And our boys and girls lacrosse co-ops at Schuylkill Valley, Zach and Kyle Motes and Carissa Durr were all division. I'd like to thank the Schuylkill Valley coaches for welcoming us, and we have a few awards to give out on their behalf. First, for the boys, we have 2 MVPs, both Zach and Kyle Motes. They are by far, and this is a quote from their coach, they are by far the best players in program history. Both have hit their 100th point total this season. This was accomplished in just 2 seasons. So I'd like to congratulate both Zach and Kyle Motes, MVPs of the lacrosse program. And on the girls' side of things, the MVP is Carissa Durr. Quote from her coach, having Carissa back in goal this season and see how she grew to even a bigger and better goalie and leader. Keep up the great work. Carissa Durr. And something new this year, Schuylkill Valley also is giving out scholarships to seniors. We do not have any boys that are on the boys program that are seniors this year, but we have 3 girls. So if they can come forward, Elise Schwenig, Emily Klein, and Emma Rapicelli. Congratulations, girls. Up next is the Fackler-Hallower Sportsmanship Awards. Each school in District 3 nominates 1 male and 1 female. Fleetwood's Fackler-Hallower Sportsmanship nominees are Isabella Achina and Will Ryan. The next award is the E. Jerry Brooks Academic Excellence Award. When your name is called, if you could come forward. Wyatt Hetrick. Megan Bratley. Lauren Paulus. Julia Caskey. Thomas Chappelle. Kaylee Henninger. Nicholas Liptock. Nicholas Hill. Madison Herb. Owen Roth. Jacob Fortna. Sarah Leffler. Dylan Fickus. And Katie Stump. And up for the Scholar Athletes is Principal Mr. Herman.
For a student to earn the Scholar Athlete Award, the senior student athlete must maintain a minimum GPA of a 90.0 for all 4 years of high school and have lettered in at least 2 varsity sports for a minimum of 2 years. So when I call your name, please come up to the stage on the left side of the stage to my right. I think I can read this without my glasses. Megan Bradley. Noah DeLong. Jasmine Evans. Dylan Fickus. Jacob Fortna. Aiden Gorman. Kaylee Henninger. Wyatt Hetrick. Nicholas Hill. Julia Caskey. Adam Knoll. Megan Milaszowski. Lauren Paulus. Mark Piskorski. Owen Roth. Will Ryan. Layla Salih. Thomas Chappelle. Abby Stump. Katie Stump. And Amaris Torres. Congratulations to all the Scholar athletes. At this time, I'll turn things back over to Mr. Deal.
The Junior Senior Letter Award. These juniors and senior athletes have earned at least 6 varsity letters by their junior year or 7 varsity letters by their senior year and are eligible for a sweatshirt awards where they can be picked up in my office. Please stand to be recognized. Rohan Chen, Kelly Cromer, Anthony Downs, Ryan Flood, Nathaniel Goldsboro, Sarah Grimm, Kaylee Henninger, Chanel Hercules, Wyatt Hetrick, Nicholas Hill, Addison Hostetler, Jacob Carnish, Ben Consix, Megan Malshowski, Jessica Pritchard, Owen Roth, Leah Salih, Thomas Chappelle, Maren Schemmerhorn, Abby Stump, Katie Stump, Catherine Tanis, Maris Torres, Delaney Walker, Haley Wojciechowski, and Rachel Wood. At this time, if Mr. Ken Stewart could please come forward. The Kylie C. Stewart number 22 Scholar Athlete Female Scholarship Award. This scholarship award is presented to a graduating female student that played on one of Fleetwood High School sports team. The student has achieved academic excellence and is a superior teammate. The scholar athlete must be caring, supportive, and encouraging of her fellow teammates. This award goes to Julia Caskey. Kylie C. Stewart, number 22, Scholar Athlete Male Scholarship Award. This scholarship award is presented to a graduating male student that played on a Fleetwood High School sports team. The student has achieved academic excellence and is a superior teammate. The scholar athlete must be caring, supportive, and encouraging of his fellow teammates. This award goes to Will Ryan. The Berks Chapter of Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame Award, which has actually been renamed the Dr. Richard P. Flannery Memorial Scholar Athlete Award, is awarded to a male-female student who has made significant contributions in varsity athletics and the community and high school, also committed to attend a post-secondary education. These two awards go to Thomas Chappelle and Lauren Paulus. And the last awards of the evening, the Fleetwood Activity Booster Club Outstanding Athlete Award and the Outstanding Male and Female Athlete. First, for the female. She is a member of both the field hockey, girls basketball, and track and field teams. After high school, she will be attending Temple University. The 21-22 Outstanding Senior Female Athlete is Julia Caskey. And for the male, member of the football, boys basketball, and baseball teams. After high school, he will be attending Lebanon Valley College. The 21-22 Outstanding Senior Male Athlete is Will Ryan. I'd like to congratulate all of tonight's award winners. Please have a good night and drive home safely. Thank you. And go support the softball and baseball teams tomorrow.